So let us start with this week's Otaku News Live. Welcome, everyone. And I have with me today, as usual, Matt Dixon from the Life and Times of Anime podcast.
Evening.
And new this week, we have Miniman12544
I'm
from...
trapped in this sound box. Where am I?
And he's from all sorts of places.
Damn it, Miniman said something funny. I should have said something funny.
Huh.
Oh well, it's too late to change that now. I'll say something funny later.
Okay.
I'll just say happens.
I'll just say the three best things in all of acting. Alan Rickman, Stephen Fry, and Dame Judi Dench.
Amen.
Oh yeah.
You forgot Sam Neill. I must leave now.
Well...
You forgot Sam Neill. No. I should not accept a man who does not accept Sam Neill as one of the greatest actors of all time.
Wait, what film's he been in?
Jurassic Park, Event Horizon, Daybreakers, which I haven't seen, but I know he's in it.
Sounds reasonable.
Just... You forgot Sam Neill.
He's good. Speaking of Sam Neill...
Alan Rickman.
Speaking of Sam Neill, the anime and manga news of the week is...
Tangent.
Slight. Okay. So let's move on.
Genki Rockets are awesome. That's the news.
Speaking of Stephen Fry, as another tangent, new Sherlock Holmes movie. He's playing Shylock, not Shylock. Mycroft. Mycroft Holmes. I'm there for it. Okay. So moving on to anime and manga news. Probably the big thing anime-wise, a trailer for the new Makoto Shinkai film has been posted.
Woo-hoo!
So I'm going to go over there and see if I can't show that, although it looks like it's in a really weird format. But I may be able to stream that. No, it doesn't want to load. But it is out there. Go to animenewsnetwork.com for that. Have you guys seen more from other stuff from Shinkai? I take that as a no.
Oh yeah, I was just like, what?
I have heard of it, but I've never taken the time to watch it.
Okay, he's voices of a distant star, plays promise in our early days, 5 centimeters per second.
Right.
Nice stuff. He's really
Yes.
cool. He's interesting. Voices he made by himself entirely, for those who don't know. So, interesting guy.
In more important news, Connect doesn't actually suck. That's surprising.
That is surprising.
It's really good. Bought it first day, love it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's too much of a party game, unlike PlayStation Move, which, yes, this is a tangent. PlayStation Move can be done for serious, even RPGs, Kinect can't.
No, Connect is getting there. Child of Eden will be phenomenal. I mean, I know we're on a tangent here, but Child of Eden is pretty... Well, anyone who's played Rez will know that otakus and stuff like that love Rez, and that's what I base my whole synesthesia montage on anyway, so... Based it on Rez, so...
I can see where you're coming from, but I still don't think Kinect will be considered anything more than a Wii clone, but with your whole body.
Trust me, when the first time on Rallyborn Connect Adventures that you do a leaping kick to hit a ball on fire, my God, have I never felt so good playing a game. I literally just did a leaping double kick, and it made 2 balls go on fire and hit the other side of the net. I was just like, woohoo!
I can see that.
So it's fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling that one. Fair enough. Okay. No, not speaking of that at all. Section 23 has licensed Needless. Has anyone on the planet watched Needless other than myself? Anyone in the chat room or anyone? No? I thought not. I really like Needless. It's a goofy, over-the-top action shonen anime. So it'll be coming out in America at least, which means it'll probably go out to the rest of the world.
About people who don't need to eat.
No, post-apocalyptic, people with massive powers. One of the girls is like a shapeshifter. One of the guys can like throw fireballs or something.
So it's basically Kung Fu Hustle, the animation.
Yes, it is. That is a very good way of putting it.
Needles.
Oh, is it? Oh, I see.
Well, I thought that was too inappropriate. Like, just...
Yeah, I just felt like saying it. We might be reading all about needles, and the secret subplot is that needles control the government.
I see.
They are sentient beings.
You're going to get so many YouTube
in
comments
your
saying
brain.
what this fuckhead's talking about. So many.
It's kind of what I do on this show. Talk about nonsense.
Yeah, I know, but that's what Brits do. But now you've got 2 that we'll get like 3 bits of news in 3 hours.
Woohoo! That's my idea of news.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Eggplants.
Okay. Anyway, so Needless is coming out. What else? This is kind of interesting. A former exec from Imagination is starting a video-on-demand service.
Oh, wow.
They're going to be showing Gundam films, Girl Who Leapt Through Time, Boys on the Run, a bunch of other stuff. Apparently, they're trying to build a full-scale, video-on-demand service with fairly recent stuff.
Is this like video on demand, as in like pay to watch things on the internet, or?
I'm not sure. Let me see. Video-on-demand brand.
Wait, I've actually got an interview from him on audio. If you want to hear that.
From who?
From the guy who's doing this, because I just found it on YouTube. Here's the interview on audio for all of you who are excited to hear this amazing announcement. It has to be.
Okay, moving on.
Sorry, that was funny.
All right. So while Miniman decides to figure out what he's going to do, moving on to what else? This is interesting. Nico Nico Sega, sort of a form of Nico Nico Doga. They're going to do the Say Hello to Blackjack project.
We talked about Say Hello to Blackjack. We'll mention it a couple times over the past.
Yeah. So the author decided to do Say Hello to Blackjack, and basically, well, he asked for English translators, and Nico Nico Sega, which is a slideshow version of Nico Nico Doga, they're launching an English website to translate Say Hello to Blackjack into English.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so they're going to get folks to actually put it together and translate and just do sort of this fan translation project, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's good to see
Oops.
anyone really involving the fans, you know.
Exactly.
Well, especially in stuff like this, because I've been saying since I started watching online fan subs, yes, Matthew, admit that to people that could potentially arrest you. But I've been saying it ever since I started watching anime, really, that companies should, instead of just prosecuting and arresting all these fan subbers, they should hire them. You know, these people are obviously taking their time to out of their own time. You know, they're not getting paid to do this. You know, actually translate an entire anime. You know, they should be praised in a way that, you know, will promote more anime in the Western culture. You know, they hire these people and they use them as a way of getting anime to the Western world.
Exactly.
I mean, you could technically call it, if with my idea, you could technically call it sort of like exploitation, because they're not professionals, or because they're not from a certain company, you pay them slightly less than you would an actual translator to get it translated, which, yeah, is sort of exploitation, but, you know, I think these fan translators would just be psyched that they're working for an anime company more than anything. That'll be payment enough for them.
Exactly. And I think it would be really nice to have, you know, the ability to really to take these folks who are doing good things and to, you know, get them on. And like you say, you're not necessarily paying them the same amount as you did before, but that's pretty cool. You know, why not?
Yeah.
So we'll see where that goes. And of course, it's still a who knows kind of thing. But at least it's out there. So let's see here. Here's a shocker. Starz is developing a live-action remake of Noir.
Strange.
Yes, but Sam Raimi is attached.
Oh, for Christ's sake, Sam Raimi is not available. He's supposed to be doing the World of Warcraft film. For Christ's sake, I'm sorry, but this has actually pissed me off.
Well,
his next film is supposed to be the World of Warcraft film.
Right.
He delayed it for another random total film that no one knows. He did it again. Now he's doing some anime. I mean, I like anime. I mean, I've never heard of this noir thing, so, you know, I have no attachment to it. But for crap, know your loyalties, Sam Raimi. Seriously.
He's not directing.
No. Well, what's he doing?
Exec producing.
Oh, well, that's my anger out for a while anyway. As long as it doesn't take any more of his freaking time.
Fair enough. So what else? Rob Tappert is also attached. He also worked on The Evil Dead and Spartacus and Xena and a bunch of other stuff. They've been working together for a long time. And Stephen Lightfoot is a writer and exec producer as well. So we'll see how it goes. I don't think this has been licensed for like live action stuff before, so who knows if it's going to go anywhere? Strange.
Yeah.
But it's certainly a good choice for that kind of thing. Noir is certainly a fun action, girls with guns show. What else? I know the gamers these days like Valkyria Chronicles, so there's going to be a 2-part OVA coming out for Valkyria Chronicles 3. And that's about all I know about that. And they have a trailer out there, which I don't know that I can't grab right now. But go to animenewsnetwork.com for the trailer. It's pretty cool. Meanwhile, also cool, Satoshi Kon's final film is back in production after he sadly passed away. We are returning to Madhouse is returning to production on that. They're going to get all the folks back on it who were on it before. The let's see here, Yoshimi Itazu is now serving as acting director. He did this is saying he did Den-O Coil. Though it's not listed. Okay, he was an animation director on Den-O Coil, so he was that was just a good show. So apparently that will be out there. Let me show you guys an image from that so you get a feel for what it's supposed to look like. It's kind of interesting.
That should be on silent.
So there's what it's going to look like, kind of. Very interesting art style.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So sort of a retro thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's probably a very small out there connection, but it does sort of remind me of Speed Racer. Just the sort of style of the characters.
Yeah, definitely. So this is going to be the Satoshi Kon's final film. The name is. Did they put the name on here? No, they don't list the name on here, but it's in production, so that's good. That isn't getting dumped.
Just to put some out there is to plug another podcast that is kind of the whole ethos of an anime community, I guess. Anime World Order spoke of this recently, actually, in one of their episodes. Apparently, when he passed away, most of it was finished.
Yes.
There's only like a small segment left, which is good, obviously, because a lot of directors have, famous directors have passed away during halfway through a production of a film, and then the film flops because the last half is pants.
Right.
But it's good to hear that it's so close to completion as well. But that is the weird thing, that there's no name. Since it's so close to completion.
Yeah.
They haven't released a name, because there's nothing wrong with releasing a name. It doesn't tell you the entire storyline. It's just a name.
And I'm sure they put the name somewhere. I just don't see the name out there on the ANN article, which is still kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Strange though. But at least it's out there. At least it's in work. They say they'll get it done sometime next year. So that's cool.